Who is the best superhero? This was a question me and my friends were trying to answer when I was younger. We would compare superheroes and challenge each other why we thought the other superhero was the best. But as I got more into comic books and read more about these great superheroes and their backstory, my favorites changed over a while. First it was Spider-Man, but now I got some new favorites. But I also like board games. So getting into board games and finding a game that makes you feel like you're actually playing out the superhero with their powers was kind of rare when I came into it. Unless it was an RPG, that was the closest that you could get. But we did get a good game in Marvel Legendary, a deck builder which you can grab an assortment of superheroes into your deck and fight the mastermind. Eventually came along Marvel Champions, a living card game where you pick a superhero, play the deck, and you'll be able to use their powers to defeat the villain and thwart their plan. But before Marvel Champions and before Marvel Legendary, there was Sentinels of the Multiverse. Sentinels of the Multiverse is the first game that I got into that I felt like I was a superhero. You get a deck of cards with their various powers and their abilities, and you use that to fight the bad guy and save the day. This game, by far, came out before Marvel Champions, and I feel like it set the pace for what you get in Marvel Champions. So please, sit back with me and see why, if you enjoy Marvel Champions, why you could enjoy Sentinels of the Multiverse. Let me tell you why I think you'll enjoy Sentinels of the Multiverse. One of the things that drew me was the backstories of these heroes. Very great. Even though they were reminiscent of some of our favorite DC and Marvel characters, they stand out because they just seem to put a different twist on these traumatic or inspiring backgrounds, which really gets you into the story. Not only that, they come out in their actual character cards as you play them. So you just really feel like you're tapping from their backstories to putting it on the game board and just going to town with these villains and having to conquer even a little bit of the things that were their hurdles or troubles that they had to go through. But it is great. Just see it living and breathing in the decks that you play with. In Sentinels, every hero has their own deck. Each player will play as a hero with their hero deck, and in there you'll have a variety of cards. One of the things I do like about the hero decks is, though that you get a brief synopsis of the backstory of your hero here in the instruction booklet, you'll find out just a little bit more in the details of these cards. In the deck, each card has some flavor text in there, revealing just a little bit more about the hero and maybe some of the villains they fought in the past. This is really a great way to build a story on characters for a very original series or original universe. 2, it's the villains. The villains are crafty, they're strong, they're no pushovers. So you get a variety of villains in the base set, and in expansions with this game you get more villains along with more heroes, but their machinations, their devices and minions are diabolical, which adds a great variety to the game. The villains are not far-fetched. Yes, Baron Blade wants to draw the moon into the planet and blow up the earth. What crazy, the villain has never wanted to do that. But his story is even great. His story, in him being the nemesis of Legacy, is even good. The things that he has, his minions, his devices, everything, just incredible. And then when he has a second act and he comes back a little bit stronger as the mad scientist, awesome time at that point, because now things are ramped up and scaled up. Other villains have similar situations where they have a second act and they just even get stronger, or they add more to it. They're more of a threat to the heroes and the environment as well. So that is a major pull for me. The game does scale well for difficulty, though if you're playing solo, you may want to play with 4 characters just so you can have a good handle on the game. I wouldn't recommend playing with just 1 character. But the game is good. You'll also find that the third point for me that really why I like this game is the environment deck. Most games have an event deck that they compile together, and somewhere along the game you will flip that over and then do what it says on the card. But this is part of the actual gameplay where the environment is the event deck, or the event deck is the environment deck, where the event or the environment deck can do almost anything. It affects not only the heroes but also the villains and the minions on the field. So this is crazy cool, adds a little bit more depth to the game. So with that being said, I really think if you enjoy Marvel Champions, and I do like it too, but when I'm done playing T'Challa or playing as Peter Parker or even Captain Marvel, and I'm ready to go back to some of my older games that I really enjoy for just that rock 'em and sock 'em, take 'em out, foil the villain on different planes and environments and things like that, I gotta go back to Sentinels of the Multiverse. Really enjoy it. A great game that me and my game group came around and we played religiously. So if you give Marvel Champions a try, I would say give Sentinels of the Multiverse a try. You'll enjoy it. Also, be on the lookout for Freedom 5, which is the board game version of Sentinels of the Multiverse, coming to Kickstarter real soon. Alright, thanks.